No speeches. No public appearances. Not a single citing in months. So where exactly is Mojtaba Khamenei right now? Is Iran's supreme leader quietly lying on his deathbed as the world watches and waits? Mojtaba Khamenei's health has now sparked a shocking wave of brand new claims coming out of Tehran. Has he held even one cabinet meeting since the US-Israel strikes tore through the country? He could die at any moment. That single rumor alone is enough to shake all of Tehran to its core. With Mojtaba nowhere to be seen, who is really pulling the strings and running Iran right now? Does a full-blown succession crisis now loom on the horizon, plunging Iran into a dangerous new chapter of uncertainty? Iran's opposition-aligned outlet Iran Wire has claimed that Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei may currently be in critical condition. The report cited two unnamed sources, both said to be closely connected to President Pezeshkian's administration. According to these sources, rumors of Mojtaba's deteriorating health are now spreading through the highest levels of Iran's leadership. One source went further, saying officials would not be surprised if news of Mojtaba's martyrdom emerged in the coming days. The report also claimed that Mojtaba has not met with a single Iranian cabinet member since the US-Israeli strikes took place. Those same strikes, the report notes, killed his father and predecessor, Ali Khamenei. Since becoming Iran's supreme leader, Mojtaba has not made a single public appearance. According to the Times of Israel, not one piece of audio or video footage of Mojtaba has been released since he took office. State media, meanwhile, has only ever published written statements attributed to the supreme leader. The report further claimed that Mojtaba himself was injured during the very attack that killed his father. Iran Wire went on to report that he may have suffered physical deformities as a result of that strike. Since then, the report claims, Mojtaba has remained in hiding, citing serious security concerns. Iran Wire said the supreme leader now communicates with the outside world only through multiple intermediaries. President Masoud Pezeshkian himself recently admitted that communicating with Mojtaba is very difficult. Pezeshkian made those remarks during an interview broadcast on Iranian state television. The president, however, was quick to describe Mojtaba's presence as a source of strength for the entire nation. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian said communication with Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei is currently very difficult because of the prevailing situation, while insisting his leadership remains firmly intact. Pezeshkian said that despite limited direct communication, Mojtaba Khamenei's continued presence remains a major source of strength for Iran's leadership during a challenging period. Masoud Pezeshkian said, and I quote, "It is very difficult to communicate with him at the moment, but in any case, his presence is a very great source of strength for us so that we can continue. Unfortunately, the current situation allows some malicious people to describe him differently and to present a different image of him." Unquote. President Pezeshkian made these remarks during a televised interview marking the second anniversary of his inauguration as Iran's president, addressing questions about the country's leadership. Pezeshkian described Mojtaba Khamenei as an exceptional leader, praising his humility, ethical conduct, and sound judgment while expressing confidence in his leadership during the ongoing crisis. The Iranian president defended Mojtaba Khamenei against critics, accusing some opponents of deliberately trying to create a distorted image of the supreme leader. Pezeshkian also accused political opponents of attempting to deepen divisions inside Iran by exploiting disagreements surrounding the Iran-US Memorandum of Understanding. The president said Iran is passing through one of the most difficult periods since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, citing continued external pressure and regional instability. Pezeshkian claimed that sanctions and sustained military pressure are being used as tools to fuel unrest inside Iran and weaken the country's internal unity. Mojtaba Khamenei has maintained an unusually low public profile since assuming Iran's top leadership position following the political transition earlier this year. Iran's supreme leader has largely communicated through written statements instead of public appearances since the end of the war, fueling continued speculation. Mojtaba Khamenei's prolonged absence from major public events has intensified speculation over his health, security arrangements, and decision-making role within Iran's leadership. Notably, Mojtaba Khamenei did not appear at the funeral ceremonies held for his father in July, further adding to questions surrounding his absence. Despite the speculation, Iranian officials insist the supreme leader remains fully in control of state affairs even as his public appearances remain extremely limited. Mojtaba Khamenei remains firmly out of sight as ever louder questions swirl over his true whereabouts and whether he is still able to exercise authority inside Iran. On July 26, Mojtaba Khamenei's father-in-law finally broke his silence, publicly commenting on the supreme leader's continued absence from all public events. Ghulam Ali Haddad told ILNA that Mojtaba is currently not in contact with any person or institution, a statement that shocked many inside Iran's political class. The senior conservative politician explained that this extreme isolation was due to certain issues, but pointedly refused to clarify what those issues actually are. Haddad insisted that Mojtaba is healthy despite his continued public disappearance, trying to dismiss speculation that the leader may have been incapacitated. Notably, Mojtaba has not appeared in public at all since the US and Israel launched their first strikes on February 28, a gap now stretching over several months. The new supreme leader was also conspicuously absent from the funeral ceremonies for his father, Ali Khamenei, an omission that has only intensified rumors about his condition.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HD app. Download now.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you'll have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.